All right, here we are. So I lied about these ships. I would love to get this Caprice, actually. This Tier 7 Caprice is actually a good boat. It's not bad. It's got amazing maximum speed movement. Rudder shift is okay. I'd rather have it a little bit, lower. But you can work on that with captans. Firing range, 10.9%. Yeah, that's pretty good. Kilometers. 7.5 second reload. We can get that down too, working with some commandos. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth it. It's good. It's good, man. You know what I'm saying? Fire setting chance is 7%. Torps are amazing. 18,400 for damage, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Let me take a gander at these. I'm going to tell you guys some specific information on here. This guy, the LaFierce guy, is probably one of the most interesting. He increases the fire chances, I think, as a total of 2%. Yeah, 2% for his base trait, which isn't bad. I mean, you're going to get fires. You know what I mean? And this is the ability that everybody's wondering about. So let's say I get it all the way to 6, and legendary about. You're going to get 2 fires per 1 every time you set a fire. And you can build a fire ratio out of this, just so you know. And the interesting thing about this is Peter launcher and main secondary battery reload time per 1% HP lost. That's actually really good over time. You know what I mean? Because the more you get damaged, of course, the more faster you can get your torps out. But in this line, I'm curious if not picking this glass cannon, because this is kind of going to be more of a gunboat, too. I mean, you can definitely put him in a torp boat, but he's definitely more for fire, cruiser, and destroyer type of guy, So I would take this guy right here, get that reload, torpedo acquisition range, of course, get that up. Take a hit on the rudder shift, but hey, man, you can build on that. You can do that, especially in the higher tiers, from tier 6, 7, and up. You can get that mod. And then I would probably go either reaching out or burn it down XL and make it even better. If I was going to go the torp route, I'd definitely do Look at Me Now. But I don't think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go glass cannon and then this twist and track here. I love the fact that twist and track is not in the same line as perception, because they can use this extra ability of glass cannon on it. You know what I mean? And do that. And then I can even put this on there, which I don't know if, Chances of destroyer, HE shells causing damage, causing fire. So you want to cause the fire, so it lowers your damage of the hit, but it increases your rate of catch of fire, which is really good. But I'm wondering if Stoppable is still better. Destroyer detectability time after firing main battery guns. That might be interesting over time as you're running close and whatever, and you're trying to ditch out, whatever. But other than that, I'd still probably go with Unstoppable. Is this guy a must-have? No, not really. But he does help your gunboat destroyers. He's definitely more built that way, We'll talk about Lip in just a minute here. This Marissa Loca is actually kind of a Spanish commander for the pan-European line. So I'm wondering if they're not bringing out a Spanish line as indicated before in Reddits and emails that I got, or whatever. Let's take a gander at her, and then we're going to go play a game. One momento, Pili. So this one automatically increases base rate of your cruiser torpedo detectability and torpedo range. Does that matter? Maybe. If you want to run her on a cruiser, but she can be ran as a really good, solid DD commander as well. This is what I like about her. She's very versatile. I'm not sure she's a must-have. Let's take a look. If I was to build this as a torp boat for a destroyer line, I would definitely use this. Contact is imminent, just to increase that speed. I mean, you get really good speed already in the Pan-Europeans. You know what I mean? How could you do worse by increasing it? And I want to throw something out too. When you guys are looking at commanders, when everybody's looking at commanders, you want to definitely look at, what abilities um, improve the weaknesses of the ship with the commander. That's what the commanders are for. You know what I mean? You don't have to do so much more as overkill stuff that you're already getting off the commander that are already on the ship. You don't need to do that. If the guns are great, if the torps are great, try something else that'll help you, become more concealment. That's always a plus. And this commander, she actually gives you the versatility to do that with these abilities and mods. If I was to run a cruiser, I would definitely run this one and increase the battery range. And I would even run Kunitsev with her for that reason. She has Igniter, which increases the cruiser HE, whatever. And this one is increasing splash damage, or incoming splash damage negative. And it also gives you the indicator, which is good for both cruisers and destroyers. Destroyers take a lot of splash damage, especially from secondary ships. Okay? Torpedo range is increased by her. I would run this if I was to run it as a DT torp range. Otherwise, I'd probably do this. Just get the gun traverse and then splash damage. You know what I mean? This one's a little interesting because you get the backstock and the reload time, so you can lower the launcher reload for the torpedoes on destroyers. Is that really a main focus of a cruiser? Probably not. You know what I mean? I don't think you want to waste that time. This one helps the cruiser speed, but it can also help the rudder shift time, which you want on a destroyer. You want to be able to turn quick and enter into speeds faster as much as possible. As for your armaments, repair time, your armament HP, and your incoming damage for cruisers, yeah, this is just built as... I don't know anybody who uses this ability on any commander whatsoever. But this is definitely the one I would use for the cruiser line. This is definitely your destroyer. This is the one that's very interesting. A lot of people talk smack about the damage that the Pan-European torpedoes do. You know what I mean? The destroyers. But if you're causing floods at 60% plus whatever you can do anyway, I get about 4 to 6 floods with my Jaeger almost every game. Okay? I'll say 3 to 5. And then I'm increasing that to 60% with extra torpedo damage. It totally takes care of that weakness, and you can also add more with Deshang. And I mean, this is awesome. This ability right here, Sharks on the Run, is probably one of the best little special abilities a commander can get. Acoustic chamber, we all know about the sonar. Those are good with certain things, especially with like black, other things like that. I would definitely run this. The torpedo detectability, killing distance, this is awesome, and it replaces the old AEL commander that we no longer have access to. I think it was a Togo, maybe? I'm not real sure. I don't remember. I was a year before me when I started this thing. But also you get more increased torpedo range. Okay, if you use this on a cruiser, your torpedoes deal extra damage depending on the distance traveled, reaching max damage at max range. If I put this on a Jaeger and I use that ability, or I'm sorry, not a Jaeger. What is that cruiser? Oh wait, no, I can't use that as a cruiser because I don't think Pan-Europeans don't have cruisers, do they? I think they only have the destroyers. I'm going to look into that. That might be a mess up by Wargaming now that I think about that. And you can't use it as an inspiration. Well, you got the refill station, and you also have the fully packed, which is really good with or boat destroyers. Is she a must-have? I don't know. I'm going to buy her and try her for sure.